Let's talk to Mike. Is he him from Oregon? Wants to talk about masturbation and the possible negative reviews of using that as a coping mechanism. How are you doing today?
Oh boy, well, I'm doing great now that I'm talking to some amazing, beautiful people.
And me.
I finally, again, I've interacted with, I'll keep the preamble short, Christy and Puck. I've interacted with you on Facebook, but yeah, just thank you so much for taking the time. I don't know if my question is going to be well on topic. In fact, I'm positive it's not, but I just wanted to just throw that out there, see if there's any advice on going through extreme... Again, I don't know if I heard this from... It may have even been this show, and it may have even been in the last couple weeks. I can't remember where I heard it, or where it was like something to the effect of... don't let masturbation be a thing that, becomes toxic. And I realized for going through extreme depression over the last couple years, it's not just COVID, it's not just working from home, not just being completely isolated. I use that so frequently, like, I don't want to be disgusting, but on basically a daily basis, just to get the, dopamine rush, to get the, is that something that could become negative? I guess.
Sure.
I'm so sorry for not having a better way to phrase it.
No, not at all. I'm going to try to answer this quickly just because of where we are at with time. But just to say, can it become toxic? Sure. Anything can become toxic. I did a video not too long ago of comparing pornography use to golf. Because, yeah, you can ruin your relationship and spend a whole bunch of money and cause a bunch of problems by being sort of mindlessly addicted to playing golf. I don't think that you need to worry.
I remember that specific episode. I remember that.
No, it's worth keeping in mind. Like, your relationship with masturbation, there's nothing inherent to the act of masturbation that is going to ruin your life. There's nothing toxic about masturbating too much or any of these other things. Certainly you can cause even a little bit of tissue damage by masturbating too much, but the same thing can be said of jogging too much. And I'll be honest with you, I am wearing knee braces right now because I love to run and it causes a little bit of pain, and that's perfectly okay. As far as it becoming toxic, I always want to encourage you to be mindful and intentional and to not just do something out of a careless need. But I don't want you to put masturbation on some very scary specific shelf where you wouldn't put any other habit. Be thoughtful, be frugal, pay for your porn, but don't pay money that you don't have. Otherwise, I don't think that you need to stress about becoming addicted. That dopamine rush that you're getting, there's something magical about it. There's nothing that's happening there that isn't happening in any other physical activity. And when you're talking about using masturbation as a way of...
really quick?
Yeah, please go right ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was just, that I essentially, I understand the, as long as it doesn't interfere with work and daily life, which it doesn't. But the idea that it's been a go-to for 2 years in areas of depression that I didn't think were even possible. I used to think, how does anybody get that depressed? How does anybody have... And so using that in that state of mind where it's at the end of that, the little euphoric bit that I get out of it, it still always seems to come back to, I feel good about this. But again, it was something that I don't know if I heard it on this show or one of the other ACA shows, but it was something about how you don't want to use that as a getaway from your life type of thing, where it's not detracting from my income or having a roof over my head or having food in the fridge.
Sure.
But at the same time,
that was really just the last thing I was going to say.
Depressing things that are happening. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that?
Yeah. Well, really, that was just the last part that I was going to say, is that can you use masturbation as a tool to, quote, treat your depression? Yeah, you can try, and it might even help a little bit, but that's not the tool that's going to actually get that job done. And so I don't think that it's a problem in and of itself, but if it is getting in the way of something a little bit more meaningful, then that's important to remember, that your masturbation is very unlikely to successfully get rid of your depression. And you want to be actively working towards that, whether with medication, with talk therapy, or any of these other things. And so, as we're looking to get back on track and to wrap up for the night, I guess I just want to leave you with the thought that it is perfectly acceptable to masturbate as much or as little as you really want. You're not doing meaningful harm to yourself, but yeah, it's not going to be necessarily the right tool for the job if the job is coping with meaningful depression.
In the words of Christy, I want to say, fair to say. Yeah. No, that's great. I appreciate that, and yeah, that was pretty much my question. Just the idea of, well, gosh, is this in the not penultimate, but in the ultimate, is this going to be? You can't rely on this dealing with depression. You can't rely on this forever. And so, yeah, just wanted to throw that out there and get your feedback. So I really do appreciate it. You, Puck, what was the other dude's name? Ben?
Dan, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the screen right now. I was. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for everything you do. I really appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you very much, Mike.
Night.